In today's fight news, we start off with Jillian Roberts versus Michelle Waterson Gomez, moved from UFC 302 to UFC 303 per Robertson's social media. Per RTE, it looks like this September's UFC 306 event will no longer be the first combat sporting event to take place in the brand new Sphere Arena. This is due to the long-awaited rematch between boxing champions Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano recently being announced for this June. Although he's just coming off a unanimous decision loss to Charlie Campbell this past weekend at the UFC Fight Night event, lightweight Trevor Peek has announced on his social media that he has just signed a new contract with the UFC. Middleweight prospect Brendan Allen recently stated his case for a title shot against current middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis at the post-fight press conference of the UFC Fight Night, where he defeated Chris Curtis by split decision. Brendan Allen stated, "Islam fought for the belt after beating Bobby Green on short notice. I went out there and basically just did the same thing against a tougher opponent, ranking-wise." Allen also had this to say about the champ. "Stylistically, Dricus knows he can't touch me. He can't hang with me. I'd F him up." Former middleweight champion Sean Strickland took a slight jab on his X account towards Allen, stating, "As a friend of Kurt, that scorecard is embarrassing, LMAO. I'm not saying because I'm his friend. He had his newborn and just wanted a few months to chill out, and he comes off the couch and outstrikes a guy with a full camp. Embarrassing." As we reported on yesterday's episode, heavyweight champion Jon Jones is in hot water again after a drug testing agent is claiming that he assaulted her and threatened her life. Per Aaron Bronstetter, the Albuquerque Police Department's public information officer has provided me with an updated incident report after Jon Jones was interviewed by the investigating officer. The officer added that the court process involving a summons will take some time. Here is the update. We won't be reading this whole thing, but if you'd like to read it for yourself, it can be found on Aaron Bronstetter's X page, which is Aaron Bronstetter. The heavyweight champion responded to the situation and gave an update on his X account. This is what he wrote. "Hello everyone. I wanted to address some misinformation that has been circulating this morning. I woke up to false reports that I had been arrested. I have not been arrested. In fact, I am currently in Texas with my daughters at a volleyball tournament. I must admit, it's disappointing to have to clarify these things again, but I understand that I may be an easy target given some of my past issues. It's important to set the record straight and make sure the truth is told. I was recently visited by testers while I was celebrating a birthday and taking a nap. Upon waking up, I was caught off guard by the unprofessionalism and protocol by one of the testers, which caused frustration, leading me to use some profanity. I regret. However, I want to emphasize that at no point did I threaten, get in anyone's face, raise my voice to anyone, or engage in any form of assault. It's unfortunate that false news has been spread without proper fact-checking. I want to assure you that I will vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations. The truth is, the incident simply did not occur." In other fight news, BMF champion Justin Gaethje sat down with Mike Bohn to discuss his upcoming BMF title match against the former featherweight champion Max Holloway. In the interview, Justin stated, "If I can cut his eye, break his arm, cause him not to be able to walk anymore, that sounds like an ideal situation for me rather than putting him to sleep." Mike Bohn also sat down with the former UFC bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt ahead of his UFC 300 match against former flyweight champion Davison Figueiredo. In the interview, Bohn asked Garbrandt what he thought about Figueiredo's comments that he was, quote-unquote, mentally fragile ahead of their matchup, in which Garbrandt responded, "I've been that person. I know deep down inside what that is." While speaking to Guilherme Cruz of MMAfighting.com, former lightweight king Charles Oliveira had this to say in regards to his upcoming UFC 300 opponent Arman Tsarukyan and some of the comments he's made about him. It's too much bullshit they talk. It was said that I'm a quitter, but I was knocked down, walked forward, and knocked them out. I also heard I'm not hungry, that I don't want it anymore. He doesn't know how bad I want to become champion again. I'm the number one in this division. I have the record for most submissions, most bonuses. If you look at my history, you'll see you're talking crap. Per his social media, light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira has officially arrived in Las Vegas ahead of his UFC 300 main event against Jamal Hill. Former interim lightweight champion Dustin "The Diamond" Poirier recently posted on his Instagram, "Islam Makhachev is next. It's time to reach the pinnacle." Per his social media account, former featherweight king Alexander Volkanovski has officially picked his rival Max Holloway to defeat BMF champion Justin Gaethje at their UFC 300 event. Volk has also picked Pereira, Oliveira, Prohaska, Sterling, and Figueiredo to win their matchups. Per MMA Orbit, lightweight standout Paddy Pimblett says he wants to fight Renato Moicano on the UK pay-per-view regardless of if he wins or not at the UFC 300 event. Paddy says he wants to fight him as he says Moicano has been talking and cost him some money when he bet on him to beat Jose Aldo in 2019. Lastly, we leave you with a post on social media from the notorious Conor McGregor alluding to a big announcement that possibly involves him at the upcoming UFC 300 press conference.